Well, there's a great tradition around the UK of unaccompanied choral singing, and there are different kinds of choirs around the UK. There are huge choirs of hundreds of people, there are little cathedral choirs doing cathedral liturgy, but there is also a long-standing tradition going back deep into the 19th century of choirs of 20, 30, 40 people who are not full-time professionals, but who are really committed to the special quality of unaccompanied vocal music. And composers from Elgar to Benjamin Britten wrote specifically for groups like the Durham Singers. Lots and lots and lots of repertory. That's the core of what we're about, is that unaccompanied sound. 40 people coming together, no accompaniment, making an amazing musical picture and sound just by ourselves. The choir is a choir of a very wide age range. The youngest member of the choir at the moment, I think, is 21 years old, and I daren't ask what the oldest member of the choir is, but we've got people who are in their early 70s. And a lot of the people in the choir are in their 40s and 50s. So we're looking for a sound that brings out the best in a mature voice. And that is quite often quite a rich sound, quite a full-on sound, quite a strong sound. And there are certain sorts of music that suit that kind of sound as well. But we find that 16th century music actually can be very exciting if you perform it with that quite full approach. And we also find that romantic music obviously works very, very well. But it's not the same sound as the sound that you get from a cathedral choir or the sound that you get from a choir of people in their early 20s. So it's a sound that is the mature adult voice. And I think that brings out the best in the guys. And I enjoy it. It's a very rich, exciting sound to work with. Well, we believe in live music, so people pay a little bit of money to come out for an evening to a concert, and we want to give them something entertaining and special. So you want variety, you want to be taken on a little bit of a journey, you want some progression, you want something lighter early on and then something deeper in the middle of the concert and something sweet and lovely at the end, a bit like a good meal. So we try and think about our programs as a little bit of a journey, sometimes as a story, sometimes we go back to much earlier music, but we don't do that at the beginning of the concert, we do that in the middle of the concert because we like the way that sounds. And we think, it's just a little bit too loud for me actually. Just... very, very important to us that the next generation of music makers gets a real experience of good quality music making, and that they also get the experience of working with really committed, really talented amateur musicians, which is what we are. So we do that once a year in a particularly important event in Durham Cathedral, where we always put on a big oratorio and we bring in a professional chamber orchestra and we give some of the wonderful young soloist voices from the Northeast, people who are in their early 20s, who are hoping to go to music college, onto a professional career, a chance to try out for the first time their Messiah solos or their solos for the St. Matthew Passion. And they get the chance to do this in Durham Cathedral with a really good amateur choir backing them, and also with professional orchestral musicians who've come from around the country. And it's a very special offer. In fact, it's almost unique, this kind of combination of the amateur choir, the young up-and-coming solos and the professional orchestra, because those soloists won't often get the opportunity to work with violinists or oboe players of that calibre until much later in their careers. So it's launching them, it's showing them what a really serious, committed concert delivered by an amateur chamber choir can be about. And it's also teaching them a little bit about serious performance practice from the professional orchestral players. As well as working with young up-and-coming soloists from around the Northeast, we've also got a programme working with school-aged children. We had an amazing event in March 2013 Noah's Flood, which is a great community opera by Benjamin Britten, and the commitment and passion of people who are 10, 11, 12 years old, delivered in Durham Cathedral, actually I think all of my choir found really refreshing and really inspiring as well. We believe in live music making, and we believe that going out to a concert can be a fantastic experience for anybody. So we're like an instrument. We're an instrument made up of 40 different voices, and when you pay a little bit of money to come out and hear us in Durham or around the North East, what we hope you're going to get is a really exciting musical journey where this instrument, these 40 singers, come together to entertain you, enlighten you, to teach you, to move you. And we're very passionate about our music making, so we hope that the audiences are passionate too.